this is Stamping Songbird, and this is going to be a quick video making a birthday card using Art Impressions Mouthfuls with this cute little hamster and all the accessories. So this set comes with the stamps and the dies. So I've already pre-stamped the images. I stamped the hamster and all of the accessories because I wasn't sure which accessory I would use. So I'm going to start coloring the hamster, and the cover of the packaging is fantastic because it always gives you an idea of where to place your shading and some ideas for the coloring. So I start coloring the hamster, and I'm going to skip through a lot of the coloring. I just started with a dark brown. It's an E37. And just putting in where my shadows are going to be, dividing his face so that his top half is one color and the bottom of his face and his belly are another color. So I am going to skip through a lot of the coloring. Here I'm using E33 as the lighter shade. That dark E37 was just for shading or shadowing, and this E33 will be basically the hamster's color. Of course, you can color this any way you want. Hamsters come in all kinds of colors. I just thought that the brown on the packaging was pretty cute. So I noticed that some of that brown got onto his, the top part of his mouth. So I wanted to remove that, and I just used my Zero blender. And that just lifted the color. So I'm going with a very, very light warm gray. I think I used 00, and just to give the belly a little bit of color without making it an actual gray. I just wanted to give it a little bit of warmth. Here I'm just adding a little bit more of that light brown E33 just to darken up the left side of him so that it looks like he has more shadow on that side. Then I proceed to just coloring all of the accessories, the envelope, the pizza slice, the flower, the hat, the candles, and the cheese. I'm not showing the numbers of the Copic markers that I'm using because really you can color these items any way you want. I'm just coloring them as if they were just general typical things like a pizza with pepperoni, mushrooms, and anchovies or olives. A birthday hat that's just red and blue. The candles, I think I make them to match the hat in red and white. And the flower, to me, it looks kind of like a sunflower, even though I know it's not a sunflower, but I color it in that style. And of course, the block of cheese, just colored that with a light yellow and a darker yellow. Okay, so here I'm just putting the finishing touches on the flower and on the candles. So I ran all of these images through my Big Shot with the coordinating dies, and for some reason I misplaced the die for the candles, but I ended up just fussy cutting those in the end. Eventually I found the die. I just fussy cut the hamster and all of the other items were already cut out, and here I'm just looking at some paper that I decided to use from a My Favorite Things 6x6 stack, which I believe was on clearance at mftstamps.com, and this set is called Happy Trails. So I grabbed some yellow paper and some polka dot paper to add to my card. So here I'm just trimming off each of those 6x6 pages so that they would fit on the front of an A2 card base. I knew that I wanted the polka dots at the top and the yellow at the bottom. So once I measure that they fit perfectly, then I just add some glue, and I'm using my Art Institute glitter glue, which is a very, very strong glue. Ordinarily I use this to make albums, but I've already run out of my Barely Art glue, so I need to place another order. But this glue works just fine. So I placed the polka dot at the top, the yellow at the bottom. And then I'm going to start placing my stamped images on the cover. I begin with the main image, which is the hamster. And I am trying to decide if I want him in the middle, on the bottom, but I just decided to put him right there in the center as if he were sitting on that yellow piece. Of course, like Laura Basson says, who's a fellow crafter and card maker, dimension is life. So I prepare my little foam to give that hamster some dimension. And before I add that, I'm deciding which of these accessories are going to be in his mouth. If you see the die that goes on top of the hamster allows for the hamster's little paws and mouth to be trimmed so that you can tuck these little items right inside. So I try out each of them, and then that will determine what kind of card it would be. Towards the end, I end up making a birthday card. But you can see that all of these accessories fit just fine. Very cute. You could use these for birthdays, for a love note, for Valentine's, really just for anything. I really like the way that the candles look in his mouth, so I decided to go that route. So I add my foam to the back, which has adhesive on one side, and then you just add some glue on the foam side to attach it to your card. I'm holding his little mouth open, making sure that doesn't get pressed down. And then I add a little bit more foam to the back just to balance it out. I also add a little bit of foam to the birthday cap. So I'm going to place my little guy right there in the center as if he's standing on the yellow part, and then the hat also has dimensions so that it fits right on top. Next are the candles that are going in his mouth. He's got a mouthful of candles, and I'm just gluing that down with some liquid glue, adding some white to his eyes using my gel pen. And then this birthday sentiment is from a die from My Favorite Things. It comes with the happy part, but I thought it would be too much on the bottom to put the happy birthday in the same large font. So my intention was just to leave the word birthday, but then I decided to add something else. Here I'm adding the little dot for the eye using a black gel pen because, of course, that tiny piece I couldn't find after I cut it out. I realized that he looked a little bit lonely up there, so I wanted to add some more of those accessories on either side of him. So the cheese, which makes sense, and a little pizza. Now the stamp set does come with some sentiments, but I chose not to use them because I like the size of the birthday sentiment that I had already cut. However, birthday wasn't enough, so I grabbed some of Kathy Zilski's reverse sentiments that I purchased on Simon Says Stamps, and I'm going to use that happy days and just cut out the word happy to place on top of the word birthday. At first I thought I could place it right in the center, but I didn't like the way it looks, so eventually it just goes right underneath the hamster above the word birthday. And as much as I try, I don't always get things perfectly straight, but I think it looks pretty good. It's a really, really cute card. Perfect for any birthday, from Art Impressions Mouthfuls. It comes with the stamps and the dies, so it's a really, really great deal. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Hit that like button, and until next time, happy